Politics and religion, two things everyone knows not to talk about at the dinner table. But what about at the hair salon?
I always like to say this and make it very clear. David Valadao is a personal friend. I know his family, his children, I know his parents. And he's actually been a client of mine for many years, until I started running.
Hanford salon owner Adam Medeiros has a background starkly similar to that of his once patron turned political opponent David Valadao, whose family immigrated from Portugal and settled on a farm in Hanford. At age 2, Medeiros himself came with his parents and 6 siblings from the Azores Islands to America, where he grew up on a dairy farm in the Central Valley.
And I believe I represent the American dream of an immigrant who came with nothing and is now successful and wants to contribute back. Hey, I'm Adam Medeiros, and
After graduating high school, Medeiros went to beauty school where he met Amy, his wife of 40 years. The pair raised 3 children in Hanford, where they own Medeiros Spa and Salon. While he currently sits on the Kings County Board of Education and has been involved in school boards for years, both Medeiros and Amy said they never imagined venturing into a congressional bid, especially at this time in American politics.
At this climate, you know, it's just like, it's so uncomfortable. But no, I really felt it was a God calling. We were sitting around and I really felt convicted of, I really got to stop complaining and whining about it if I'm not willing to get up and do something about it.
Medeiros says among his top issues are immigration, law enforcement, and education. But there's one specific reason he hopes voters send him to Capitol Hill.
I want to get to Washington because there's truly a, what I call a socialist agenda from the current administration that has to be stopped.
When it comes to the last administration?
I'm a huge Trump supporter. I love what he did for our country. But again, I'm just not a big fan of, you know, how he tweets and the stuff he says. He's always a little bit, you know, a little bit rash with it, you know, a little bit coarse with it.
Despite being one of the nation's most competitive districts this election year, on paper, winning the 22nd congressional race could be a tough fight for any Republican in an area that leans blue by a margin of over 16%.
It really hasn't bothered us too much because I believe there's an awakening happening, and I tell this every time I speak. I can't get elected by Republicans voting for me. Democrats are going to have to vote for me.
Medeiros considers himself a Christian conservative and believes those values ultimately will win out.
I have the cross on everything I put out because I want people to know that I'm not just representing them, I'm representing their Christian values, and those have been ignored for a long time. And I think that sets me apart.